What is up, Bucko Nation? Welcome to the Pirates Live 412 Weekly. So, Mason Spesk, your host. You guys pretty much know the drill at this point. Tonight we are going to recap the past week of Pirates baseball, the games against the Athletics and the Colorado Rockies. We will then look at the MLB standings as of today and discuss that. We'll then check in on our minor league clubs and see how they're doing. And then we'll look at some top prospects. And then we will preview the series this week against the Mariners and the Reds back at PNC Park. I'm looking forward to the Mariners series, man. That's going to be a fun one. It always is. Can't wait to see them. So, without further ado, here we go. First off, before we begin, though, I've been saying that I'm making a master plan for this channel. And I did. And I'm to a point now where I've almost finished it. Actually, I have finished it. It's just the last little bit needs covered. But the last little bit, something I'm going to keep private for a little while here until we get things figured out. So here's what's going to happen at this point. This is what the channel's going to look like. And I do have some good news. I'm hoping this week, one of my goals for this week and tasks, either this week or next week, coming up, not this specific show, but I mean next week, the week from today, or tonight, or the 2 weeks from tonight, I'm going to try to start getting these up on Spotify. I want to grow this channel and grow this thing, and I think that's a good way to do it, and I hope we could do it. To be on Spotify, though, because that's something I want to do, I figured we needed to come up with a name for this thing. So we now have a name for the weekly show. Instead of the Pirates Live 412 Weekly Show, starting next Sunday, we will be calling this the Cone Hoisters Weekly Show. Obviously, you guys all know about the hoist the cone thing. I feel like this is a very, very catchy and funny name. The Cone Hoisters Weekly Show will be coming next week. It's going to be this. It's just the name's getting changed. So, welcome to the Cone Hoisters Weekly Show. I can't wait for that. So, that's your new name for this show. The Cone Hoisters Weekly Show. Here is what, and this is because I don't know if you know this, but I'm on Instagram, X, and TikTok as well with the same nickname, Pirates Live 412. So, if you're not following me on those sites, please go follow me on this. I'm establishing an approach, and I kind of wrote what my approach is going to be for this channel for the end season and the off season. For our Instagram, for the end season, we're going to keep doing the pregame posts, the postgame posts. I'm going to try to keep up with news more of the day-to-day, what's going on, like injuries, trades, updates, and all that, so I can keep you guys posted on there. I think it's imperative that I do that, and I'm going to try to do that more for sure. So I've got to get better with that, and I understand I got to get better with that, so that's something I'm going to try to do for sure. X will be the same thing as Instagram, obviously pre- and post-game stuff, and then update the news. So that's basically what the stuff will be during the season, like we're in now. For this YouTube, I obviously will do the pregame show, the Pirates Live 412 pregame show that we do before every game. The postgame show, the Pirates Live 412 postgame show. Obviously this, the Cone Hoisters Weekly show. So yeah, that'll be fun for sure. And then TikTok, we just do pre- and post-game shows on there. We don't do a weekly show on there. This is only for YouTube. So, yeah, very excited. For the off-season, for Instagram, I will stay active. I won't post as much, obviously, because there's not much games. But I will have the news covered, and I will be covering this team for you guys. So, don't worry. We will still be active on this account during the off-season. X, it's the same thing. And don't quote me on this because I haven't decided yet, but we might do some trivia or games, like little games, like get to know your Bucko or like trivia, all that, and just recap, highlights and stuff like that. We'll stay active during the off season for sure. It'll be something like that, some trivia, some games, some reruns, news, all that kind of jazz. So that's what your off season will look like on Instagram. X is the same exact thing. YouTube, we will continue this Cone Hoisters Weekly show, but it'll be mostly just to update fans on the news, what's going on, what we expect for the team this coming year, all that kind of jazz. and it'll just be like a weekly update of off-season news. It will be on Saturdays, though, most likely, instead of Sundays. It'll either be Friday night or Saturday, depending on how my schedule looks for the week. So that's what that'll be. It'll be once a week for sure, and we'll just talk Pirates baseball for a little bit. Something else I'm going to try to do, if it works out, is try to get some people within the Pirates organization, players, coaches, staff members, etc., commentators, on this channel and do like interviews, on podcast style interviews with them. That's something I'm really looking forward to doing this off season. So if anybody with the Pirates organization, or anybody within the Pirates organization, or anybody that knows anybody within the Pirates organization wants to share about our channel, please feel free to do so, because I do want to like get to know like some of the players, the coaches, the staff, all that jazz, and do some interviews with them just to like keep the channel engaged. And I want them to get to know, and I want our followers to get to know the team better in and of itself. So I think that's huge, and I think that's something that we need to focus on during the off season. I'm definitely going to try to do that, and we'll keep you posted on that. But again, that's not for another 3.5 months. So we'll definitely keep tabs on that for sure. And then TikTok, we'll cover breaking news and talk, but yeah, you won't see a whole lot on there. It'll mostly be this channel. So I'm excited for what it'll bring our first off season, but again, that's a little while away. Just want to give an update on today, because this is a critical point in the baseball season, and then we're going to start the show. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys for the support. You guys made this happen, and I'm very excited to share these updates with you guys. So I'm hoping what I have planned will grow our channel, and we'll make it the best channel possible. So please continue to support us, and hopefully it works out. So God bless. Thank you guys. Now on to where we are today in the year. Two things are occurring this week. One of them occurred today, the other occurs Thursday. Today is the first day of summer, the summer solstice, meaning that today was the longest day of the year. After today, or starting tomorrow, the days will naturally start to get shorter. And that means we are drifting into the back half of the year. July 1st is the start of the second half of the year. We're drifting back into that second half, and we're pushing closer to fall. Meaning October is getting much closer. And the prime playoff chase is getting much closer. 3 weeks tonight, the All-Star break will kick off. That's a big deal. For sure. So yeah, keep an eye on that. But the point is, the first half of the season is almost over. Unofficially and officially. Officially, the first half of the season is over on Thursday when our game concludes. On Thursday, we will play our 81st game, and we'll have 81 games to go. Meaning we will have as many games to go as we have played. And that's a big deal. For sure. So yeah, those are the 2 points. So we're at the halfway point. So now the intensity needs to ramp up. And I have a funny feeling it's not. Because the intensity did not ramp up this week at all. And that's disappointing. And you've got to take this Mariners series because of this. You've got to take this Mariners series because of this. Well, let's talk about the week, though. Monday was not a pretty day. We lost 11-2 to the Athletics. It was a Jared Jones start. It was a rough day, you know. It was a flight across the country. Didn't feel good. We lost to the Marlins the day before. Yeah, I didn't think we'd lose this game at first, but I'm not surprised we did. Because the Athletics, Sacramento Athletics, they're a good team, and this doesn't surprise me we lost. I mean, it's a good team, and yeah, we were rolling going into this game, so it doesn't surprise me. It's disappointing, but it doesn't surprise me. Tuesday night, though, this team showed an incredible amount of grit and resilience. I'm so happy and proud of them. We were down 4-0 after one. It was not pretty, especially after that goofy play that reminded me of the Will Craig incident in 2021 or whatever his name is. God bless him. There was a stupid play that allowed 3 runs to score for Sacramento. And then they got an overhit, a double, I think, by Lawrence Butler. This made it 4-0. Then we crawled back on some home runs, and it made it 4-3. Then Athletics made it 5-3, but Reynolds tied it again. He came up big. He had the home run to make it 4-2, and then he had the home run to tie the game at 5. This tied the game at 5, a Reynolds 2-run homer, and then Brandon Lau came through to give us the lead in the 9th inning, making it 6-5. We won the game then, 6-5. This was a great win for sure. Wednesday, we imposed our will on the Athletics, delivering an equally as impressive blowout, beating the Athletics 12-4. This was an impressive win for sure. So happy with how the team performed this one. This was impressive. So very good. Very good. So good to see for for the Pirates taking a series in Sacramento. I did not expect to win this series. I'm so happy we did. So God bless the team. Great job. Great freaking job. Good series win. We're going to go quicker tonight, too, because I'm tired. If you guys didn't know, I was at a wedding this weekend for my cousin, so congratulations to Leo and Kristen, and I wish them the best in their marriage. Also, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, especially mine. I love you, Dad. Sorry I didn't say that distinctly at the beginning, but I meant to say it's a happy Father's Day. Anyway, now on to Colorado. But like I said, we're going to move quickly because I want to get this show done relatively quick. We've done long shows the past couple weeks. It's late at night again, and I want to be quick. Colorado, we lost this series 4-3. So they never lost this game. We blew this game. We were 3-2. You can't have Montgomery out there in that situation. You can't blame Mangum for that. And then we just let him take a 4-3 lead. That's our bullpen for you this year. That is our freaking bullpen. This team will have been gone for 9 days. They departed for Sacramento a week ago tonight. They're coming back tonight. Actually, they're departed 7 days. A week-long trip. And then they'll be here a week, then they'll go a week, then they'll come back. It's nice little alternation. I love it this way. But guess what? There's one bullpen arm. And as much as I like Hunter Strand and excited to see him back, I don't know how much that's going to move the trigger. Maybe it'll help, but I don't know if it's going to win you the World Series. Or get you to the playoffs, nonetheless. But anyway, as you can tell, I'm tired. But yeah, this is not a game you should lose. We've blown 17 saves this year. That's ridiculous. And the fact that with the bases loaded and we struck out and then we ground into a double play, that's just ridiculous. We've got to be better. We've just got to be better. This can't continue if we want to make the playoffs. They need to understand that. This cannot continue if we want to make the playoffs. We cannot play like this. Period. Just can't. Come on now. Be better. Saturday night, more of the same old. Skiing start, but we still lose 2-1. Yeah. And again, a 9th inning debacle. You have a chance. Mangum hits the ball. Billy Cook runs right into it. Base run, batter interference called, or runner interference, whatever the heck it is called. Rockies win 2-1. Again, you should have never lost both these games, and you lost them. This is a series that you should have swept, and you found a way to lose 2 out of 3. That is ridiculous, and I think that is what drives the anger and resentment inside of the Pirates fan base right now. Because this cannot continue if we want to win. That is ridiculous, and it's pathetic. You can't lose these 2 games, and you can't lose them on the blunderous ways that you lost them. That's the problem. That's why people are irritated. Today, Sunday, Pirates actually found a way to win this one, 8-6. Good win. Almost blew it though, but nonetheless, we still have the line. It was good to have all the runs for sure. Shout out Brian Reynolds, another freaking home run. The 3-run home run gave us the lead. It was was the game winner, 8-6. So proud of this team. So proud of how we played today. It was an awful series, but at least it was a good game for Father's Day, and a good way to win this game for sure. So good win. Good series win. That's what makes me happy. So now that we briefly recap the games, I know I kind of went quick. Obviously, it's easier to recap and like go full more into detail at the home games because I'm there, I'm watching everything, I'm seeing everything, and like I know what's going on. These games, like again, they're late. I watched a lot of the Athletics series. The Rockies series, I barely watched the end of it because obviously with the wedding and everything, I was mostly focused on the wedding. Obviously, a shout out to them, Leo and Kristen. They offered me to say grace at their wedding. I accepted, and it went very well. So thanks to them again for that. But anyway, I apologize for like, it's like I know I didn't talk a lot tonight, but again, like we're not here to talk for hours. We're just here to get to the point and move on, and that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, I appreciate it. I try to get as detailed as possible, but fortunately, I didn't get to watch as much as normal. But it is what it is. We still went free and free on this road trip, which is exactly what I expected us to go, and we're 500. That's what I expected. We did what I thought we would. It's just I thought we'd win the Rockies series and lose the A's series. That's the only difference. But other than that, it's all good. We're winning baseball games. We're 500. It's a much better place where we've been, but not where we need to be. And before we get to those oh-so-crucial standings and talk about what's actually going on in baseball, I should probably name our star of the week this week. It was so good to see him play the way he did this week. Our star of the week this week is outfielder Bryan Reynolds. Obviously, there were a lot of blunders and miscues and stuff like that, but through it all, B-Ray showed up. He was an impact player, and he truly made his mark known. So shout out to Bryan freaking Reynolds today. Very impressed by him for sure. So God bless you, B-Ray. You had a great freaking day today. So good job, B-Ray. That's all I'm going to say. Bryan Reynolds is your star of the week this week. Since we started this, we had Henry Davis, who was the star of the week the first week, which was May 3rd. Then it was Spencer Horwitz, May the 10th. 17th, I forget who. It was Andy the 17th. Then I forget who it was that week, the 24th. I'm not 100% positive on that. I'm sorry, but I don't know for certain. The 31st, it was Ashcraft. The 7th, it was, I want to say, who was it the 7th? I don't know. I'm sorry. I think Brandon Lau. Brandon Lau was the 7th. 14th last Sunday was Skeens. And this week it's Bryan Reynolds. So congratulations to Bryan Reynolds on being named the star of the week. Tuesday night was awesome. Today was awesome. So he had a great week. So why not? Let's talk some let's talk some standings for you guys real quick here as we approach the 18-minute mark. Again, we're at a pace where we could probably do this in 40 minutes, which would be impressive. And that's the goal. So yeah. Anyway, let's start out with the American League East now. New York Yankees, they lead that division at 46-20. Or no, I'm sorry, 46-30 here. I'm using the iPad tonight, so let me get it closer. New York Yankees, they're leading the division at 46-30. That's a good start for them. Tampa Bay, they're 2 games back at 43-31. Toronto, 38-39. 38-39, they're 8.5 back. Baltimore is 37-42, 10.5 back. Boston, 31-44, 14.5 back. AL Central, Cleveland Guardians, 41-37, leading that division right now, overtaking the White Sox. White Sox here, 39-37, starting to come back down to earth a little bit here. 1 game back. Twins, 38-41, they're starting to get hot here, 3.5 back. Tigers, 33-44, they're playing well now, 7.5 back. Kansas City Royals, 32-46, 9 back. At less time now, the Seattle Mariners, they are 40-39, leading that division. Athletics, 38-40, a game and a half back. Texas Rangers, you're 37-40, you're 2 games back. Astros, you're 37-42, 3 games back. Oh my gosh, this is insanely close. And the Angels, 32-47. It's been a rough year in Anaheim for sure. They're 8 back. National League, NL East. Atlanta Braves, they're leading that division at 48-28. Still, Phillies, they've cut the lead a little bit now. They're 42-35. They're only 6.5 back. Miami Marlins, they remain red hot. They are 40-38, 9 back, so they're making noise. Washington Nationals, they're on a little bit of a decline, but they're still solid. They are 40-38, 9 back. Mets, 34 and 43, 14 and a half back. Not good for a team that was projected to be first, LOL. In the Central Division, got the Brewers still leading our division at 46 and 29. Cardinals, you're in second place at 41 and 34. Cubs, you're in third at 40 and 37. Pirates, Cardinals are 5 back. Cubs are 7 back. Pirates, we're at 39 and 39. We are 8.5 games back of Milwaukee. And then the Cincinnati Reds are 37 and 39. 9.5 back of the division. Still Rays are still very close competitive wise. It's spread out a little bit now. Obviously the Reds are under 500. We flirted with being under 500 unfortunately, but it's just part of baseball. NL West time. Let's go through this one real quick here, and then we'll just do a little more talking. Dodgers, you're 49 and 29. Best team in baseball right now, I believe. Padres, 39 and 37. 9 back. Diamondbacks, 39 and 38. 9.5 back. Giants, 31 and 46. 17.5 back. Rockies, 30 and 48. I still think they have the worst team in baseball, unfortunately, and that's who we just lost out of 3-2, unfortunately. 19 back. Dodgers have pretty much clinched that division already. They're 9 ahead of San Diego in June. They sweep the Padres this coming weekend because I know they play. It might be a lost cause. All right, let's look at the league standings now. Leading the American League in first place in the AL East in the American League, as I just said, and getting goodbye, are the New York Yankees. Second place, leading the AL Central and getting a bye, are the Cleveland Guardians. Third place, your third team, the Seattle Mariners. They are leading the AL West. There you go. Fourth team, your first wild card, the Tampa Bay Rays, who are 6.5 up of Chicago. That is your second wild card, your fifth seed, the Chicago White Sox. They are currently a game and a half up on the last team in, and your final AL wildcard in the sixth seed, the Toronto Blue Jays right now. So we'd get an ALCS rematch in the AL wildcard round if things ended today, and a matchup between the White Sox and the Rays. Hopefully in the second half we could actually start maybe predicting these, talking about these, and potentially looking forward to some postseason baseball for you. But I'll save that for another 5 weeks when we actually do so for the second half of the year. I'll probably announce this many more times on this page. I think I've announced it before, but I'll announce it many more times. We will not be doing a show July 19th. The All-Star break is the week before. It'll only be free games. We will do free series. The Guardians, the Yankees, and the Cubs all on July 26th or whenever. And during that show, when we do start of the week or whatever it is, we'll also start to look at my MVP rankings, who's to be the team MVP for this season. And we'll do some we will do some trade deadline talk when we do prospect talk, not next week, but the week after. So look forward to that for sure. Let's get back to the standings now real quick because we're at a great pace here. Athletics are half game behind the Blue Jays. They're the first team out as of now. Twins of Minnesota are a game out, surprisingly. Rangers are a game out. Orioles are 2 out. Astros are 2 out. Tigers are 5 out. Red Sox are 6 out. Royals are 6.5 out. Angels are 7 out. So really, if you're Detroit, if your 5 games are under right now, I'd say you're still in it. I don't feel like the Red Sox are going to get in this year. There's no way, or it'd be very hard. I should say there's no way, but it would be very hard for them too. And they only have played 75 too, so yeah. Not everyone's in the halfway point at the same time. I just realized that. Angels, so yeah, it's just rough. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't think the Red Sox, Royals, or Angels are postseason teams this year. I just don't. National League time. Let's talk some NL baseball for you. Leading the National League and leading Major League Baseball as well as the NL East, I should say, leading the NL East, leading the National League, leading the Major Leagues are the Atlanta Braves at 48 and 28. They would get your first seed and a first round bye. Tied with them, only separated by a .04 win percentage, are the Dodgers. They're leading the NL West and we get the second seed and a first round bye as well. Your third best team only a game and a half back are the Milwaukee Brewers. They are the 3 seed and the NL Central leaders, so that host a wild card. Let's look at those wild cards now. Sale League. Your first NL wild card, the 4th seed, and 2 games ahead of the 5th seed are the St. Louis Cardinals. That 5th seed and the second NL wild card are the Philadelphia Phillies. They're surging right now, so they are your second NL wild card right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they saw. I think they're going to be the 4th seed. I do. So that's your second NL wild card. They are 2 games ahead of the 3rd seed, the 3rd wild card, and your last team in the playoffs if the season ended today, the Chicago Cubs. They're your 6th seed. They would go to Milwaukee for a playoff game. Philly would play St. Louis. So that's your playoff picture as of now. Your first team out, a half game back, the San Diego Padres. Tied with them also are the Marlins and the Nationals. All 3 of those teams are half game out. 1 game out are the Diamondbacks. 2, a game and a half out are the Pirates, us. Not good, but not bad. 2.5 out are the Reds. 6 out are the Mets. 9 out are the Giants. 10.5 out are the Rockies. I feel like right now, other than the Mets, Giants, or Rockies, you could probably make a case that any of those teams could get in. It's so cool that it's very tight. I love to see how tight it is right now. So that's good for sure. It's wide open. Hopefully it's that way in September. If it's that way in September, it's going to be a really fun month. So yeah, keep tuned. That's your standings portion for you. Before we go, one last thing I will do is let's see who the best team and the worst team over the past 10 in each league has been for the American League. Let's take a look. The best team in the past 10 games has been the Minnesota Twins at 7-3. That's your best team in the American League over the past 10. Derek Sellen's boys. They called up somebody that my cousin knows from Vincent Academy. To get the name here. Kyler Fedko from Gibsonia. So good to see him in the league store. Super excited for him. They've been hot ever since he came up. Twins are 7-3. Your best team in the National League over the past 10 remains the Miami Marlins at 7-3. I think they just swept the Giants, I want to say. I know they took only 1 out of 3 in Philly, but Philly's a competitive team, and I think they swept the Giants. They did. They swept the Giants on a 4-game win streak. They're playing real well right now. Clayton McCullough's that team good. They're going to be really good for a long time when they're good. Now let's look at your worst team in the American League over these past 10 games. Your worst team in the American League over the past 10, it's kind of a mumble-jumbled mess. It's a bunch of 4 and 6s. It's the Rays, the Guardians, the White Sox, the Mariners, the Rangers, the Red Sox, and the Royals. Those are the worst teams. It's a ton. And it just shows you how crazy the AL is. Hence, they might have an under 500 team in the playoffs, which is insane. So yeah, that's the American League. The worst team over the past 10 in the National League, surprisingly, are the Atlanta Braves at 3-7. So they're still the league leaders, but they're the worst team in the NL over the past 10. And baseball. So that's interesting. All right, let's look at our minor league affiliates. See how they're doing down on the farm before we get into the top prospects. And then we'll look ahead to this series this week, and then we'll call it a set. First off, for our AAA team, the International League West, the Indianapolis Indians right now are sitting at 31-44. Unfortunately, they are in the bottom, last place in the International League West. 16 games out of first place, Memphis, who are the Cardinals. The Cardinals are going to be good for a long time. They're going to be a wrecking ball. I don't know if anybody realizes this, but in 5 years, that team is going to be a freaking complete and total wrecking ball. I'm not ready for it. But Indianapolis is 31-44, 16 out, 5-5 in our last 10. We only have a -14 run differential, so not terrible. I don't get why the record's so not good. I just don't get it. It's life, though. Let's look now at oh, my bad. Sorry, I kind of got pranked in a way. I tricked myself. Eastern League Southwest Division now. I mistake the Akron Rubber Ducks logo for the Altoona Curve. Altoona, though, right now in the Eastern League Southwest, 31-38, 12.5 back of Richmond, 6-4 over the last 10, a -68 run differential, but yeah. Hopefully Altoona gets better soon. Our top two have just not been the best this year, which is surprising as I get ready for bed. But that's why we're going to do a quick sum. Unfortunately, in the South Atlantic League North, Frederick has overtaken us for first place. They are 41-23. Our minor league team, the Greensboro Grasshoppers, which is where Seth Hernandez and them all are, they're 41-25. They're one game out of first right now. However, they are 7-3 over their last 10, so they're doing good. And I'm excited for these guys at Greensboro to rise up and provide a little spark to Altoona and Hollidaysburg was where the wedding was. So that's probably why that naturally jumps to mind. But Indianapolis, when it's time. Single A. Let's look at single A now. For the single A, Bradenton is 31-34. They're on somewhat of a decline, unfortunately. They're 8.5 back right now of the first place Clearwater, which is the Phillies minor league affiliate. Again, 31-34, 8.5 back, 4-6 over your last 10. Yeah, not good enough. Let's look at the rookie leagues now. For the Dominican one, Dominican Summer League Pirates Gold is 6-9, free back of the first place Dominican Summer League Orioles Orange. We're 3 games back at them, and we're 4-6 over our past 10. For the Dominican Summer League Southwest, Dominican Summer League Pirates Black, 9-6, 1 game out, 6-4 over your past 10. So that's still good. That's still good. I'm glad with them, and they're playing good. So good to see that. Hopefully Gold can bounce back and close the gap some, but Black is doing really good right now. And just hopefully DSL Pirates Black at 9-6 can gain some momentum and overtake first place. It's entirely possible. Florida Complex League time now. The Florida Complex League Pirates, the last team we will focus on tonight, is 18-17, 2.5 games back, 3-7 over their past 10. This is a quick season, I think. Let's see. This is a really quick season because some teams' tragic numbers are already in single digits, but we're 3-7 over our past 10 and 18-17 overall. That's just not good enough. So, yeah. I want to see how quick these leagues go. Just want to see what their season ends. The World Series for this begins July 26th in 5 weeks. So, that's not that far away. So, yeah. It's a quick season and interesting. For sure. Anyway, that's all for your minor league teams. Hopefully things get better there. Let's look at the top prospects now. Our shows have been close to 50 minutes, some pushing an hour recently. We're 33 and almost done, so the timing's been really good on this one. Good to get this done here quick. I'm just in a quick talking mood right now. All right, we're just going to go through these top prospects now. Not much has changed for sure, so we're just going to go through them and just talk. First, you have Seth Hernandez, pitcher in Greensboro, high A, 2028 still. Second, you have Edward Florentino, outfielder first base, high A, 2028 still. It's time to hopefully start moving these guys up the ranks. Third, you have Hunter Barco, who unfortunately is dealing with somewhat of an injury right now. Let me get the news on what that is. He's in AAA, still obviously 2026, but I just don't know about him. I don't want him in the major leagues right now. Even when he gets healthy, he needs to stay down there and do some work. Hunter Barco is nursing an arm injury. He's going to see the team doctors on Monday. That's what Ben Cherington did. Here's some Ben Cherington updates. Connor Griffin is expected to start a rehab assignment this upcoming week. That's good to see for sure. Hopefully that goes well. O'Neal Cruz has an appointment Monday to determine the next steps. That's crucial. We need him in the lineup. We're so much better with him, so that'll be huge. So hoping for the best there. Hunter Barco is dealing with an elbow triceps issue. He'll see the doctors Monday, so hoping for the best there, and hopefully he's okay. And Wilbert Hotel for a bullpen session in Denver with the team. So those are all somewhat... the Cruz thing and the Barco thing are obviously not good news for now until we know what happens. The Griffin thing is good news. Hopefully he's closer. I think he's closer to the end than the beginning of this recovery period, which is huge. He'll be back soon, and so will, hopefully, whatchamacallit? Who did I just say? Wilbert Hotel. Yeah. Hopefully that works out. But yeah, hopefully, I'd keep Barco in AAA for now. I just would. 4, if you have Youngson Garcia, the password, he's in AAA. 2026 estimated time of arrival. Yeah, we've seen him. I hope to see him some more up here this year, but right now I just don't know how much sense it makes. 5th, you have Termarr Johnson at second base, AAA 2026. He has not been that good this year, and that's just disappointing for sure. Because you need a second baseman. And unless you're going to move Nicky G back to second, have Griffin at short, and then do Triolo at third, or you run or you go out in this offseason and get somebody like you got Brandon Lau. I want to re-sign Brandon Lau, but I don't know how possible that is. We'll talk about that more in the offseason. Not right now. I want to see what this batting average is for you. They play Scranton Wilkes-Barre this week. Oh, Hoosiers night. Player appearance, National Championship Trophy, the Heisman Trophy, and Hoosier the Bison will be there. It looks like this Thursday is Hoosier night, so that'll be fun for sure. Congratulations to Indiana. I picked them to win, and they won, so good job. I love Indiana football. They win. Google them. Curtsy name reference. Hopefully the Pirates could get to that winning way soon. Hunter Strand right now is in AAA. I want to see Termarr Johnson's batting average. His birthday was 10 days ago, so happy late birthday to him. 196 average, 4 home runs. So it's getting a little better, but not great. So maybe next year. I don't think he'll be up in the majors this year. Maybe next. 6, Wyatt Sanford, shortstop, high A, 2028. Some view him as a potential future second baseman. Hopefully that works out. If not, I would consider trading him because obviously if you're a long-term shortstop in Griffin and you need bullpen help right now. So focus on that bullpen. That's big. 7th, Antoine Kelly, pitcher, high A, 2026. We obviously saw him in the majors some. Hopefully he gets another chance here soon, but I don't see it happening anytime soon, unfortunately, just because. 8th, Rafael Flores Jr., catcher, first base, AAA, 2026. The fact that they traded away Joey Bart to Atlanta makes me feel like he's stuck in AAA. Like, a lot of these guys are just stuck right now where they're at. Maybe not Hernandez, Florentino, and Sanford. Maybe they can move them up at some point soon to Altoona, but that might not be till later this year or next. The AAA guys are all kind of stuck, though. 9th is Marilyn Valdez, MLB level, obviously outfielder, first base. Flores is obviously a catcher, first base. Kelly's obviously a pitcher. Valdez is outfielder, first base. MLB, it's still 2027. Good to see him up here early, so I hope they play him more. I do. And then 10th, you still have Sammy Stafora. Your shortstop, high A, still 2028. A lot of guys here you could possibly trade for bullpen help. A lot of guys. Would love to see that. Anyway, let's talk about the games this week here. The Pirates are back at home for series against the Seattle Mariners and the Cincinnati Reds. Here, let's get into the schedule for you guys. Then I will go through the pitching matchups with you guys. They're the projected pitching matchups with you guys. Offer my take on this, and then bid you all good night. All right, let's look. Tuesday, June 23rd, 6:40 p.m. It's a pup night at PNC. Mariners. Wednesday, June 24th at 6:40 p.m. Thursday, June 25th, the series finale, 12:35 against the Mariners. It's Dollar Dog Day. Friday, June 26th, the Cincinnati Reds come to town for their final time this year, if you can believe that. This is the earliest they've ever played their last game here in June. Like, they're going to be out of here early this year. Like, no second half visits from the Reds this year. That's a little bizarre, if you want my opinion. That just is. Friday, June, but we play Milwaukee twice over the coming weeks. Like, the Reds are done here and don't have to come back here before Milwaukee even comes in here. Like, that's weird. That's really weird. Because we have Chicago in July, and then our division, we play a bunch of West Coast teams, and St. Louis and Kansas City and Milwaukee in September at home. So, yeah. We do play the Reds, though, quite a bit in August in Cincy, and that's the season series with them. But anyway, Friday, June 26th, it's a pregame happy hour, 6:40 p.m. Saturday, June 27th, 4:05 p.m., it's soccer night. The World Cup's obviously going on right now. They're giving away some nice, cool soccer shirts, so that'll be cool. And then Sunday, the 28th, 1:35 tilt against the Cincinnati Reds. Ian Park Smiley cookie giveaway, I think, for the kids. That's good. So let's look at the pitching line matchups, and then I'll give you guys predictions. Tuesday night, you got George Kirby against Mitch Keller. Kirby holds a 4.10 ERA. Keller holds a 5.25. Wednesday, looks like we've got Brian Wu for Seattle with 3.94. Braxton Ashcraft for the Pirates at 3.18. On Thursday, Bryce Miller for Seattle with a 1.58 ERA. Bubba Chandler for the Pirates with a 4.62 ERA. Friday night now. Tomorrow's our last off day, too, for 2 weeks, if you can believe that, because we have free against Seattle, free against, the Reds, 4 against Philly, 3 against Washington, then an off day. So you'll be seeing me a lot after tomorrow. Friday, it looks like we've got Andrew Abbott with a 3.83 ERA. He'll go against Paul Skeens with a 2.86 ERA, who unfortunately it seems like can't win starts. Hopefully that changes. Saturday, we've got Chase Burns with a 2.01 ERA against Jared Jones with a 6.23 ERA. Boy, these matchups are not pretty at all. That's Saturday, though. And then Sunday, we've got Brady Singer, 5.32 against Mitch Keller with a 5.25 ERA. Here's the thing. I don't like a lot of these pitching matchups. There's only like one I liked, and it was during the Mariners series. Actually, two. The Sunday with the Reds and the one against the Mariners, the Ashcraft one. We just like to hit the ball better at PNC, if you want my opinion. We hit the ball better and we play better at PNC. Like, this offense comes alive at PNC. I don't know how alive it comes elsewhere, and you've seen it hasn't come as alive elsewhere as much as it has PNC. And I think we're going to win these games because of it. I think we have to go 4-2 this homestand to be in good shape. I think we do take 2 against the Mariners. We're probably going to win Wednesday against them. Thursday is a toss-up. I think Thursday is going to be the toughest game of the series to win, and I don't know if we win that. Tuesday's your real toss-up. If we can win Tuesday, we'll be fine. If not, we're in some trouble, because Thursday's going to be tough. Wednesday, we should win. But I think we could take 2. I think we'll find a way to take 2 this series. Red series. I also think we go 2-1. And I know Chase Burns is going to be a tough one, and I know it's just going to be tough against them and their pitchers. But we own the Reds in PNC. We swept the Reds a while back in PNC. And we're just a better ball club than them right now. We are. So I think we take 2 in most series. I do. I think we go 4-2 this homestand, and we set ourselves up well for this July gauntlet that's coming up. After this, we're not going to face a team that's under 500 till the Reds again in August. There are no easy games. There are no easy games on this schedule. We're in sink or swim mode right now. And if we sink or if we swim determines a lot about the future of this franchise and who's going to be trusted, who's not trusted, what boundaries go up, how they go up, when they go up. This is a big 6-week stretch coming up after this. You got to conquer this homestand. This homestand is pivotal. Like I said, Thursday's the halfway point of the year. You've got to win this Mariners series. You have got to win this Mariners series to put ourselves on pace to get above 500. You got to win it. It's going to be a tough series to win for sure. But we got to get the job done. And we'll be so much happier and feel so much better if we do. So yeah. That's all I want this week. 4-2. You've got to go 4-2. You can't go 2-4. You just can't. You've got to replicate that Cubs and Twins homestand. You've got to replicate that Nationals and Rays homestand. Even that would be good enough. There are no maybes. Win. And even the Orioles-Padres one. Like, replicate that. That'd be great. Just win. Like Al Davis says, just win, baby, win. That's all you got to do this week, is win. And that's all I got for you guys today on this beautiful Sunday night. Happy Father's Day once again to all the dads. Love you, Dad. Under 45 minutes. Like, we've been over 50 the past couple. Feels good to get this one done under 45 here. It's going to get a little bit over because I'm going to conclude. But I got the meats and potatoes in for now. that's all I have for you guys this week. Next week, we will be doing, obviously, our normal routine. We will do a recap of the Mariners-Reds series. We'll recap the Mariners-Reds series, as I just said. We'll look at the standings, obviously. We will look at the minor league standings, look at our top prospects, and then preview the series against the Phillies and the Nationals, which should be a really fun road trip. But for now, let's focus on this homestand. Let's enjoy PNC. Let's enjoy the Mariners and the Reds. That's all I have for you guys. I will see you next week for the first week of the Cone Hoisters weekly show. Hopefully we can get on Spotify soon as well. Like I said in the beginning, we have big things coming for this channel. I'm psyched for where we're headed. I'm psyched for the future. This is all I have for you guys tonight. Though, enjoy the future. Keep coming back. Enjoy the ride. See you guys in the pregame shows. See you guys on the postgame shows. Follow the accounts. Let's do this thing, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you next week. Have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. And as always, peace and God bless. See you guys for the weekly Cone Oysters weekly show next Sunday night. Have a good week, everybody. Bye.